Hello, hello, hello. Time for a video. It's been a while. I haven't had many people sending any introductions, but we'll take a look at this, and I'll post a new topic in a while for you to try. Okay, so we've got a problem solution essay or question type here. Students are becoming more and more reliant on computers. Okay, what are some of the problems associated with reliance on computers, and what are some of the possible solutions? So, as always, let's take a look at my paraphrase first. For many students, computers are becoming an increasingly important tool in their studies. Okay, so you will see I haven't used reliance. I would use it, and I do use it later in the introduction and also in the essay to follow, but an increasingly important tool. So that it's pretty close. So answer question 1. What's the problems, or some of them? This over-reliance, so that's your paraphrase, is leading to an uncritical acceptance of internet sources in essay writing, and possibly of plagiarism. So what I'm talking about here, in the old days, you would go to the library and get some books out, but now they simply type into Google. So what this is leading to is, well, as it says, uncritical acceptance. People are not being taught, not everything on the internet is strictly true. So these are some of the problems. Uncritical acceptance of internet sources in essay writing, in studying, plagiarism, because it's far too easy these days to copy and paste. Okay, but what's some of the possible solutions to this? Well, better training at university in critical thinking, and better training in the dangers of copy pasting. Now, for example, it's a few years ago now, but the last time I was at uni was that 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Oh dear, that's a while. Before we started our course, we had to take a plagiarism test, or, well, I should say an anti-plagiarism test. So we had to take this course, we had to sign up and say, yes, I understand that if I copy and paste shit from the internet, that's plagiarism, blah, 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 blah. So, this is what I would be talking about, and I would, in fact, use that because it's a real example. I imagine it's the same now. They are training students, don't do this, don't do that, don't accept this, etc. Okay, so that's my introduction. Now let's see what you do say. These days, pupils are increasingly becoming dependent on computers. Very good paraphrase. Although this trend is likely to lead to mental problems. Okay, and educational, I think you mean regression of students. If it's not controlled, parents and schools can implement measures. Yeah, okay. Measures, such as what now? In mine, I say better training in critical thinking. So implement some measures. It's kind of vague. You could give some hint or idea where that's going. But, okay. But that's not too bad. Mental problems, I think that might be a little bit strong, but still, that's a solid introduction, and the reader would at least know, okay, the topic is paraphrased, I can see where it's going, and it would be interesting to read it and to see, where it does go. Computer, what do you mean computers in general, have, so it's either the computer or computers have become an indispensable part of children's lives. Well, We don't need that. It's not talking about children. Not talking about them. It's talking about students in particular. So I would just change that. Indispensable part of students' lives. Okay, this situation not only brings health problems such as, but also decreases academic performance. However, direct science. However, now I'm not sure where this is going. If it's going to talk about students, I don't think it's talking about children or students spending a lot of time on the internet, so they're not exercising and etc. I don't think it's talking about that. It's particularly mentioning students and computers. So you would have to think about, presumably, something to do with their education. So maybe exercise, health issues, maybe that's not such a good idea. Although, still, it's not so bad. Okay. As time goes by, computers lead pupils to be increasingly dependent. Well, computers don't lead anybody to do anything. They're not sentient. They don't have agency. From my point of view, the main problem is being highly automated causes to decline scientific efficiency. Right. This is illegible. Well, no, it's not illegible. It's no idea what this means. So the main problem is being highly automated causes to decline scientific efficiency of students. That possible solution could be replacing something incomprehensible. I think this needs a bit of serious work. I will be thinking more about English than anything else, because that sentence is nonsensical. Okay. Nowadays, student technology has a great influence on our way of living. Irrelevant. No doubt students from all around the globe. There is no doubt. Are you absolutely positively certain that there's no doubt? Students from around the globe have been affected by technology. It's not talking about that. It's not talking about technologies. Specifically, student reliance on computers, presumably in their academic endeavours. So it's not about playing games or surfing the web. Not about that. Not about that. This reliance can be changed into something like an addiction. I think, right. This has essentially missed the point entirely. On the other hand, this reliance can be changed into something like an addiction, but how to resist your temptation and not to use technology sets of freezer. No. It's not formatted like an introduction. It's off topic. I think I've missed the point of the question entirely, so I won't say anything further. Okay, right. Computers are increasingly becoming a vital part of students' lives. Okay, good. Getting distracted from the studies and becoming lazy due to the accessibility of the required information are the main problems related to reliance on the. Now, this is a bit more like it. It's specifically, this is the topic. Answer to question 1, answer to question 2. Okay? So, being distracted from the studies, lazy, okay, Okay, good. These problems could be solved by observing available information. What does that mean? I'm not sure what. And don't you? I mean, how can you observe information? And how? Where? Now, limiting their usage of computers by their parents. But this is not about kids. It's not about kids or teenagers. It's about students, presumably at college or at university, because if they're at school, they are not students, they are pupils. So this is better, but it's still not quite on track, I don't think. Okay, in recent years, increasing development of technology, well, okay, but which has led to the students over-dependence on computers. Or using computers can benefit both learners and instructors at school. It's concerning how problems of academic. Good, excellent. Sorry, What's that got to do with anything? Okay, now this idea is good. Excessive use, lack of critical thinking, but participating in family reunions. Are you really sure that's something you want to write about? Okay. What was the question again? Some of the problems. Right. So you haven't told me what the solutions are. You said there's some problems. That's question 1, but you've not given me any solutions. Question 2. So that's only half done. That job is only half done. Some parents are concerned about Reliance. No, doesn't say that at all. Doesn't say anything about parents. Doesn't say anything about children. Depending on computers, run children rotation. Not what this question is talking about. This is not it. This is not what it's about. It's about students, not kids, children in general. Okay, so this needs a bit of attention. Right, I'll leave that for now. It's getting a bit noisy outside of my office window, so I don't want to get that noise on this. So, okay, this is off topic, irrelevant. This one's only answered half of the question, or answered 1 out of 2. Okay, that was good. This one, no idea, irrelevant. This sentence, incomprehensible, well, or very, very difficult for the reader. Okay, health problems, okay, this is kind of addressing maybe some better ideas would work well. This one's good, but if it's too vague, some measures, there are some solutions. It specifically says, what are they? So if you say, oh, there are some measures, some solutions, but you don't say what it is, that's not so good. Okay. Bit of a mixed bag, as always. So I'll post a topic, and you can try again. Okay.